Here is a funny thing that happened to me on December 3, 1999. I had purchased one tablet of Ecstasy a couple of hours before I was supposed to go to my sorority's semi-formal. It was a rather small tablet, with faint spots, and no imprint to give me a clue to its possible name. Its effects, I would later find out, were almost identical to another Ecstasy pill I had taken a few months earlier named Kangaroo. I dropped just about 15 minutes before arriving at the dance's location in Sobe, at about 10 p.m., and by the time we arrived, it had already begun to kick in a little. I waited a while and then, with the help of a cig, the roll kicked in full force. It was fucking awesome. The feeling that spread throughout my body, and particularly in private areas, is impossible to describe, except for the fact that 5 minutes later, my friend and I had to leave because I thought I would no longer be able to contain my of pure pleasure. What did suck was that I froze my ass off the whole time. We had taken a chartered bus to the dance, and the driver wouldn't leave because we were the only 2 people on the bus, even though the buses were supposed to make round trips all night. We sat in the back of the bus, and I wound up curled up in the fetal position, feeling unbelievably incredible. I don't remember most of the trip home, after we convinced the bus driver that no one else would be coming for a long time. But my friend said I seemed in control and was talking, probably more like chattering, the whole time. It felt simply amazing is all I can say. Well, time to get to the funny part of this story. I visited various friends during the course of my role, and was finally headed to my final destination, home, at about 4:30 a.m. When I had left my last friend's house. I thought the role was pretty much over, but the ensuing shutter vision and zone outs proved me wrong. Anyways, there I was, driving down a major highway, listening to trance and zoning out heavily, when I came to my intersection. I was sitting there in the left turn lane for what seemed like forever, and when the green arrow came on, I made my turn. But what to my wandering eyes should appear, fucking cop lights right behind my ass. I pulled over right away and was amazed at how relaxed I felt. I knew I was potentially fucked, but I felt completely in control, even though the cop got out of his car so fast I didn't have time to check if my pupils were still huge. I turned off the trance, hid my Vicks and glowsticks, and rolled down my window, still surprised at how not terrified I was. The copper proceeded to quickly ask me detailed questions in rapid succession, such as where I had come from, what was the address, where was I headed now, and what was that address. Holy shit, I thought, he thinks I'm drunk. This raised my spirits a little, as I was glancing warily at the flashlight in his hand, which he was using to take a quick glance at the inside of my car. It still looked bright as fuck to me, and I knew if he decided to shine it in my face I was finished. However, since his first assumption was that I was wasted, I figured he probably wouldn't think to check my eyes. Nevertheless, I was still scared to look him in the face for fear that he would be able to tell, even though my eyes are very dark, and I had not yet gotten my life-saving colored contacts. Get them, folks, they will save your ass plenty of time. You can blame anything on your contacts, red eyes, etc. Anyways, after we had gone through the whole "gimme your license and registration" thing, the cop, a guy, by the way, returned to the car and told me that he had pulled me over because I had swerved from lane to lane twice. He said he had about 3 assumptions he could make on that. I was either drunk, switching the radio station or eating or something, or just plain tired. Well, since it was now 4:45 a.m., I played on the tired role. Well, it was practically dawn, wasn't it? Well, this is the great part. As he was flashing his light in my window, he saw the tattoo on my ankle, which sparked a conversation that lasted 1 whole hour. I laugh to this day about that. We talked about everything under the sun, and you know how great conversations are when you're rolling. Even my jaw was still tight, and there I was, chatting it up with this cop who couldn't tell I was fucked up. In the end, he gave me a warning and let me go. Although the events of that night were extremely funny, all of you out there should realize I was extremely lucky. If I had gotten an asshole cop, I could have gotten busted, and I have been told that if I am arrested for any reason, I may kiss my near-future career goodbye, clinical psychologist. And let me tell you, one good roll would not have been worth it. So people, when doing any drugs, do not drive yourselves. If you are in the backseat of someone's car and they get pulled over, at least you can play drunk and the cops probably won't care too much about you anyway. Unless you're underage, then you're fucked. Happy rolling. Peace out.